Hey guys, so I'm back with CK3 kind of. I'm actually going to be using ChatGPT this video. I want to ask it questions like, what should the next CK3 update be? Or like, give me an example for a CK3 mod and stuff like that. I think it'll be pretty interesting. I'm hoping it gives me a few good ideas, hopefully, instead of like, just repeating the same things over and over again. But let's start. Alright, so the first question is going to be, give me an idea for the next CK3 update. Okay, this is a pretty cool idea. I think this is already implemented in some mods though, expanding on the game's economic system. To expand on it, it will introduce new mechanics like trade routes, where characters could invest in and control the flow of goods between regions. Okay. Characters could also engage in mercantile ventures, like investing in new industries, or developing new technologies. I'm not sure about that half of it, developing new technologies. That's like a Victoria 3 thing. I would not want that in the game. In addition, there could be more depth with different types of taxes. I don't really like micro that much, so I don't think I like that much either. This part of it though is super cool. So it would tie in with warfare and diplomacy. Controlling key trade routes would give a player an advantage in warfare, or make them a more attractive ally in diplomacy. That's a pretty cool idea. Like, I think a cool way to expand this would be like if you occupied a province from your enemy that was a key trade route. Like, it would give you more like, you know, diplomatic leverage or something. I think that'd be pretty cool. Let's ask again. Looking at the next idea it gave me, it looks like instead of going for economy, it's going for the religious mechanics of the game. However, there is room to expand on these mechanics to make them even more engaging and dynamic. One way to do this could be to introduce religious orders and sects, which are both in the game, which characters could join or form. This is basically already in the game. These orders and sects could have their own doctrines, rituals, and practices, which is basically the religion feature in CK3. For example, joining a military order could give characters bonus to their martial abilities, while joining a monastic order could give them bonuses to learning and piety. Which, these are both basically like, this one is making your son join a holy order, and this one is making your son, you know, become a monk. So this entire paragraph's already in the game. This paragraph though is pretty interesting. Another way to expand the game's religious mechanics could be to introduce more dynamic religious events and interactions. For example, characters could experience crisis of faith, leading to changes in their beliefs and practices. I don't know how they'd implement this exactly. Maybe if like you did like a ton of wars in like one life, the faith could like become like warmonger or something. I think that'd be pretty cool. It would have to be balanced though, and if people don't want their faith to change, but it changes, you know, regardless, I could see how it could be annoying. There could also be more religious conflicts and schisms, with characters vying for control of the church or seeking to reform their religion. I think a huge hole in content in CK3 is regarding the Pope, because of in real life the Pope, you know, had a ton of struggles and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. Finally, the game could introduce more dynamic interactions between different religions, such as religious debates and conversions. I think this would be super cool, especially between like Orthodoxy and Catholicism. I think the only way you can actually fix a schism in CK3 is either taking Rome or Constantinople. But with this update, it looks like you could like possibly do it, you know, diplomatically. This would have to be pretty hard to do though, you know, so the AI doesn't do it like every game. But other than that, like, it's only like half an update. This entire paragraph here is like already in the game, so let's do another one. I'm gonna ask it a more specific question here. I'm gonna say, give me an idea for a step update in CK3. Let's see what it gives me. Alright, so looking at the update that the AI gave me, could focus on the expansion and management of nomadic empires. This could involve introducing new mechanics that reflect the unique challenges and opportunities of ruling a nomadic tribe, such as migration. Nomadic tribes should have the ability to migrate to new areas in search of better grazing lands and resources. This could involve a new map mode that shows areas of the map with favorable conditions for nomadic lifestyles. That sounds like a cool map mode. I'm guessing that this would kind of work the same way that like Hungary's migration works at the beginning of the game. I'm not too sure how that could be like implemented in a way that's balanced, because it would be super annoying if you're playing in like France and like somebody from, you know, Kazakhstan tried to migrate to Brittany or something, you know, like I'm guessing they would limit how far you could actually migrate. Like maybe you like are forced to stay inside like, you know, tribal lands. Maybe, I don't really know. The next point is livestock. Livestock is a key resource for nomadic tribes, and managing the herds is essential for their survival. This update could introduce new mechanics for breeding, caring for, and trading livestock, with different types of animals providing different benefits and drawbacks. New mechanics for breeding, caring for, and trading livestock. I can't even imagine something like this being in the game, honestly. That seems kind of ridiculous. Like, maybe it would be the same way, like, you have, like, a horse in CK3, but you don't really see the horse. You just kind of get, you know, buffs from it. I'm guessing that's how it'd be. Next up is horde politics. Nomadic tribes are often led by a single powerful ruler, but the horde as a whole can be a complex and volatile political environment. This update could introduce new mechanics for managing internal politics, such as factions, elections, and tribal councils. This is basically already in the game. I don't know what a tribal council is. I'm guessing it's like something like an election, or like, you know, like or maybe something like the royal court that we already have in the game. And the next one is raiding and warfare, which is literally copied and pasted from the game. Players could engage in raids against neighboring territories, capturing prisoners and loot, which is literally already in the game. I think this would be an interesting update, honestly. It's kind of bare bones. All it'd really add is a map mode, a migration CB for, you know, tribal rulers, and livestock. It would definitely need a little bit of work. I think I have another pretty interesting question for the AI. So the question is, give me an idea for a new start date in CK3 and tell me why. Nice. Out of every year that the AI can choose, it literally chooses a year that's already a start date in the game. Amazing. It looks like the AI chose 1204 AD, which is during the Fourth Crusade. This would be an interesting start date because it represents a major turning point in medieval history, with the sack of Constantinople by the Crusaders, leading to the fragmentation of the Byzantine Empire and the rise of new powers in the Mediterranean. So, I really don't know anything about this period in history. Is this during the Fourth Crusade, or is it after? Because I don't know if the Byzantines would, like, start a war or not, or they'd be, you know, at peace. I don't really know. There are several reasons why this would make for an exciting new start date in CK3. 1. New power dynamics. The fall of Constantinople and the disintegration of the Byzantine Empire would create a power vacuum in the region, allowing for new kingdoms and empires to rise. Players would have the opportunity to shape the future of the region by either trying to restore the Byzantine Empire, or by forging new dynasties and realms. 2. Crusader states. The Fourth Crusade led to the establishment of several Latin states in the eastern Mediterranean, including the Kingdom of Thessalonica, the Principality of Achaia, and the Latin Empire of Constantinople. These states would be challenging to rule due to the presence of various cultural and religious groups, and could provide an interesting new set of gameplay mechanics. 3. Conflict and diplomacy. The Fourth Crusade was marked by political intrigue, betrayal, and conflict between different factions, both within the Crusader army and among the Byzantine nobility. This could create new opportunities for players to engage in diplomacy, espionage, and military strategy. Overall, a new start date in 1204 AD would provide an interesting and historically rich setting for players to explore, with new power dynamics, conflicts, and challenges to overcome. Well, I won't lie, I'm kind of sold on this idea. It makes sense for the start date to be in the game. It's literally during a crusade, and the game is called Crusader Kings 3. And there's also Crusader Kings that you can play as, unlike the other two start dates in the game. I'm sure there's a reason why they didn't add this in CK3. It's probably because of the amount of time that you have to actually play in 1204 AD, since the game ends in 1453, so that's probably the only reason why. But yeah, I would definitely not mind seeing the start date added. I guess I'll switch from asking about updates to asking about like a mod idea. So let's ask, what mod idea do you have for CK3? Nice. So apparently the idea that the AI has is copyright infringement and a possible lawsuit, because Crusader Kings After the End is literally a mod that exists already. So it's literally just telling me to steal this mod. But apparently instead of the mod being set in place in the new world, it's set in place in the old world instead. Which apparently includes new maps and territories. I don't know how the new map would look. Maybe like there's like holes in the ground from, you know, nuclear bombs. I don't know. Resource management. Players would need to manage their resources carefully, making strategic decisions about what to scavenge, trade, or use to build their communities. I can't even imagine that being in the game. That's like a Rust mod, honestly. Faction politics, which is boring. It's just basically the base game diplomacy. End game goals. Rather than seeking to establish a stable and prosperous dynasty, the character will need to survive long enough to rebuild civilization and establish a new order. That could be cool, but I wouldn't recommend doing this mod because you're probably going to be hit with a lawsuit soon enough, so I would not do that one. Let's ask it to give me an original mod idea for CK3. Alright, so apparently the idea that the AI has is a mod called Dynasty Legacy that introduces a new set of mechanics for tracking and managing a dynasty's reputation and legacy over the course of generations. Some of the key features of this mod could include, in addition to prestige and piety, players would need to manage a new resource called legacy points that reflect the dynasty's long-term reputation and impact on the world, which is literally renown. It's literally talking about renown here. Legacy points would be earned by accomplishing great deeds, such as winning major wars, founding new religions, or creating new cultural movements, which I'm guessing would be 3 new ways to actually get renown, which seems kind of broken. I don't even know what a major war would be considered, like a kingdom level holy war or something. Legacy traits. As the dynasty accumulates legacy points, they would earn new legacy traits that provide special bonuses and abilities. For example, a dynasty that has a reputation for being honorable might gain bonuses to diplomacy and vassal opinion, while a dynasty that has a reputation for being ruthless might gain bonuses to intrigue and military might, which is literally the renown tree. Like, what's it called? Like law? I'm pretty sure it's called law, gives this bonus, and I don't even know what the intrigue one's called because that one sucks. But that's basically what this one is too. These last 2 ones are where it gets pretty interesting though. So, legacy challenges. In addition to earning legacy points through accomplishments, players would also face legacy challenges that test the dynasty's mettle and add new layers of gameplay depth. These challenges could include surviving plagues, fending off invasions, and navigating complex political situations. I'm guessing this could be like, if you go down the tree that gives you like really good, like health buffs like hail and, Amazon, or like if people die from, a plague, it could like reduce your renown, which I don't think is too fair. It isn't in your control if people die from the plague, so I don't think that'd be a really good addition. And last we have legacy quests. As the dynasty grows in power and reputation, they would be presented with legacy quests that reflect their unique place in the world. These quests would provide special awards and bonuses for completing them, but would also carry high stakes and risks. I'm guessing this could be, like if you go down like the intrigue path, you could join like a thieves guild or something, and like, something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. But other than that, this mod seems kind of bare bones. Half of it's literally already in the game, so I don't think the AI is too good at making mods. I'm probably going to do like 2 more like update ideas instead of mod ideas, because obviously the AI doesn't have that good of mod ideas. Let's ask the AI, give me an idea for a India update in CK3. Okay, this is super cool, actually. One idea for an India update in CK3 could be to introduce a new set of mechanics that reflect the complex caste system and religious diversity of the region. This update could be called Crusader Kings 3, the caste system. Some of the key features of this update could include the caste system. The caste system in India would be represented as a new game mechanic that reflects characters' abilities and opportunities based on their social status. Players would need to navigate the rich, complex social hierarchy to gain power and influence. I don't think this could be implemented in CK3 in a way that makes sense because of aren't like leaders the top of the caste system? So why would you need to deal with the caste system at all? Like maybe like like maybe with like peasants or people in your court maybe, but like other than that, like you're already at the top of the caste, so it makes no sense. Next up is religion. India has a rich and diverse religious history, with Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism all playing important roles. The update could introduce new religious mechanics that reflect the unique practices and beliefs of all these faiths, such as karma and dharma. I'm not sure they would add this though, because of like, it would literally make one playstyle, being a terrible person, like really hard to do for no reason. At 3 we have diplomacy. Diplomacy in India is often influenced by family ties and alliances, and this could be reflected in a new diplomatic mechanic that empathizes the importance of marriage alliances and dynastic connections. That doesn't say much. Like maybe like add new events maybe. Like that's basically it. In 4 we have warfare. Warfare in India is often characterized by the use of elephants, chariots, and other unique units. The update could introduce new military mechanics that reflect these distinct tactics and units. This would be a pretty cool update. India needs an interesting update. Like every update has basically been for Europe. So yeah, I think this would be well received. And for the last one, I might as well ask the AI to give me like a super wanted update in CK3. Give me a Byzantine Empire update in CK3. This idea that the AI gave me is actually probably the best one so far, so let's go over it. This update could be called Crusader Kings 3, Legacy of the Byzantine Empire. Some of the key features of this update could include imperial legitimacy. The Byzantine Empire was ruled by a series of emperors who claimed to be the legitimate successors of the Roman Empire. This update could introduce a new mechanic that reflects the importance of imperial legitimacy, with characters needing to navigate complex succession crises and power struggles. I don't know, like maybe if like a Turkic ruler rises to the throne, he would struggle with imperial legitimacy since he couldn't claim to be a successor of the Roman Empire. Next up is Greek fire. The Byzantine Empire was famous for its use of Greek fire, an incendiary weapon that helped the empire fend off many invaders. This update could allow new military mechanics that allow players to use Greek fire to devastating effect, as well as new siege mechanics that reflect the difficulty of conquering Byzantine fortresses. So I don't think this could be added to the game. You can't like fight boat battles, so I don't know how you'd add Greek fire since it was used on boats. Also, I don't like the idea of making it more difficult to conquer fortresses. At 3 we have Orthodox Christianity. The Byzantine Empire was a major center of Orthodox Christianity with a rich religious and cultural history. This update could introduce new religious mechanics that reflect the unique practices and beliefs of the Orthodox Church, as well as the Byzantine Empire's complex relationship with other Christian factions. In 4 we have imperial bureaucracy. The Byzantine Empire had a highly developed system of administration and bureaucracy, which helped to keep the empire running smoothly despite its many challenges. The update could introduce new mechanics that reflect the importance of bureaucracy, with characters needing to manage their resources and personnel carefully in order to maintain the empire's stability. I don't know why the AI keeps on like mentioning resources like it's a freaking Minecraft world. Like I don't really get it. Like money maybe, but like you don't have like paper. You know, I don't get it. But other than that, this is like a pretty amazing update idea. The Byzantines desperately need something, especially considering how important they were actually in our world. But yeah, I really enjoyed recording this video. I might do something like this again if you guys actually like this. But yeah, thank you for watching.